Hey guys, back to the stream. We're a little nonplussed by, well, we're running a bit late, but what we're doing tonight, I have no idea. I was trying to download some animations for an archer, but I was unsuccessful. Apparently the Mixamo ones are not compatible with the general Unreal Engine mannequin. So that gave us a bit of an issue. And what I'm going to actually do here is I'm going to open this up. Now my colleague doesn't like the way the camera is working on this, so what we did, or what was happening in the first place, was that there was two player controllers that were basically interfering with each other. Okay, so what I'm going to do is load up the original one and check the camera on it and find out if it looks any different and see where the differences lie, I think is the answer here. So that's what we're going to do, and this should make my level editor colleague, modeler and animator a happy bunny. So we have it loaded up, okay, and now if we press play, oh yeah, we're definitely getting the orbital stuff, right? Right, so I get what he's talking about. Okay. So, with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the third person controller from this one, right? And we're basically going to try and copy it across as close as we can into our new one. Okay, so we will replace the movement, the animation stuff. I don't think we're going to have to do the animation stuff, but we'll take a look at it anyway. But what we're going to do is we're now going to look at the blueprints character, and I'm going to show you this, guys, don't worry. Right, so this is the blueprint from the original. So we have event graph initialize camera, right? And we also have this thing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that, make this a bit smaller, then we're going to get our camera and person, so as you can see, this was coming from Infinity Weather, right? And the Infinity Weather was using this, right? So basically this was kind of mixed and matched. I'm going to close this whole thing down so I don't get myself confused. and then we're going to open it. If it decides to open, that is. Right, this is our other one. Okay, the one we want is this one, which doesn't want to seem to open. Yep, it's not opened yet. As you can see, we can't select any of these, so we'll not worry about that. Okay, so this has been an outstanding job for a few days now, so we're just going to work on it and get it done. And basically take it from there. Okay, even though apparently it looks like we've crashed. Let me just check our task manager. Yep, it definitely says not responding. So we're going to end it, and then we're going to open it up. So these are the two packs from Mixamo that I downloaded, but I can't get them to retarget to the correct skeleton. So we'll have to take a look at that, or we'll have to take a look at another asset, store asset, or my animator is going to have to make new animations. Right, okay, we skip that. I don't think we have changed really anything. Oh, look at that. Right, so here you go, guys. A little tip for you. If you struggle to see like the font's too small or whatever, what you can do is basically change this to 1 point, or change it to your thing, which makes streaming a lot better, and also it makes it easier to read if you've not got the best eyesight, which certainly with me in my current state is a true statement. I'm not exactly 20/20 vision anymore. Right, so once again all you do is you go Windows, Developer Tools, Widget Reflector, then change the application scale, okay? And that will make everything bigger. It doesn't change the font, right? But what it does do is change everything else. It's change like absolutely everything. It changes fonts, the sizes, the text, the scales, the windows and stuff like that, right? So that is something, a new trick I learned actually today after looking how to just change the font for God knows how long. Okay, so back to where we were, and that was in our character, in our pawn, right? And what we want to do is now construct our pawn exactly like the one from the other asset pack. Okay, now I'm going to have to jump between two windows here, so if anybody chats in the chat, then I probably won't see it. Okay, unless I do a pop-out chat. Right, so I've done a pop-out chat, so I should still be able to see you guys whenever you are asking a question or whatever it is. Okay? So, in here actually, I'm going to do, well, you can't see it, but I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the widget reflector thing. And 1.3. And that's going to give me a nice size that I can read on my smaller screen. So we're going to go and basically check each of these to see if they match or how different they are from from our character. Okay, so we have event play, right? And this is completely different. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to copy what's in the other one and put it at the start. Okay, we're not going to do that. Right? So we have initialize camera, and in here we do not have an initialize camera. Okay, so we're going to create an event, and we're going to do it over here, right? So I'm going to custom event, initialize camera, and they've spelled it with a Z, so let's not beat around the bush. Let's get it done. And on the other screen I'm now opening up initialize camera. Okay, so I'm copying wait a minute. Right, we'll drag that out the way. We'll drag, copy our thing and paste it. Okay, so that is the initialized camera. Okay, right, so this refresh nodes, right, we're not going to do that. We should have an initialized camera. Yeah, that's there. Right. And now set focal depth. Now I'm not liking this set focal depth at all because it's set on basically tick, right? But we're going to have to have a look. And here's our camera functions. Actually, you can't see this, right? But there's a function under camera right? And I'm going to grab the whole thing and I'm going to copy it. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do that, and we're going to plug these back in. Okay. And then you'll notice that this function does not have let's see, it's not an override. Okay, so we're going to have a function and it's going to be called set focal, I think it's length, isn't it? Set focal length. It's set focal depth, and they've got spaces. Focal, and it is depth. Okay, and we now paste that code in there. Okay, and there we go. Save that. Doesn't like it. Okay, so we have a variable called focal distance. So what we're going to have to do is come in here, and there is another excuse me, we're going to have to add, we're going to duplicate that. Okay, where did that go? Did that just go into the bottom? Yeah. Okay, I'd been as well doing it the other way, but anyway. So our focal depth is going to be focal distance. Right? And our category is going to be camera. I'm just checking between two windows here that we've got the right things. And there's a couple of things we ain't got here, right? So let's try. Alright, okay, so we've got rid of two issues. So now we need to find out where this follow camera is. Okay. And it's a camera component. It's okay. Is it a local variable? No, it isn't. Right, but we're going to have to add focal distance last frame. and that is float. Now, here's the interesting thing. I need to know where this variable is in the other. And it's called follow camera. Okay. Now in here it's called follow camera 0. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, is do that, refresh, and compile. Okay, so now we have our stuff there. Okay, we should be able to go to here, or in this case here, and that should now be A-OK. Okay, now we basically need to copy every single movement of the camera. Okay, which should be fun, of course. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to get axis lookup. Okay, we're going to do them one by one. So here is our input axis lookup, and this is completely different from what we've got here. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this instance is I'm going to get our game inputs, right, and I'm going to move them off to the right here. And then I'm going to basically move the code bit by bit over to our new thing. Okay, so what I'm going to actually do here, right, is I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to make that bigger. I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to basically space these out a bit better. Right, and I'm basically, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab this stuff and I'm going to have the new version and the old version, so that if I need to go back, the code is still hopefully there. Right, so I'm going to move that down to there, and what I'm going to actually do here is I'm going to move all of this up. Right, Then again, I'm going to copy this code and I'm going to put it in here. Move that out of the way a bit. I'm going to put this back in. Right, now I'm going to make one adjustment, and that is that I do this. Right, this is a bit of code that I add to the controller so that if the axis is basically doing nothing, i.e. it's 0, it doesn't actually try to do these calculations. It just basically jumps out. Right? So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. And then this goes into the target. Now the question is, do we have this lookup value? Now I'm pretty sure I added this in. Okay. And it's under controls. Okay, so we're going to look under, we have no controls. Okay, but there's something tells me okay, so we do not have so we have my camera controls and we have all of these, right? So we have my camera, or sorry, my character, camera, then controls, but for the pawn we don't have that. Right, so not 100% sure. Okay, we're gonna have to leave that as is. So basically we need to add another variable here. And it's look up value. And it's going to be under controls. Okay, and this value is set to nothing to start with. Okay, then we're going to need a lot of these. Apparently. Okay. We're compiling still, so that's good. So we're going to have a variable and it's going to be turn value, and that's going to be under controls. Okay, so our next interesting one is going to be our input axis turn. Okay, so we're going to grab this, we're going to copy it, then we're going to paste it. Okay, actually, you know what, we have to take these out because that's doing an interp. Right, so if I true or false it, that's going to basically muck us up. So I'm actually going to have to take that out. Right, so this is actually going to be quite a boring stream. I'm sorry guys, but this is just going to be a lot of just copying and pasting code from one blueprint to another. I really don't know what my colleague was thinking when he'd done this, but I know he was a lot less experienced in Unreal Engine, so he's basically hacked this together to kinda work, but it wasn't really working. Right, so I'm going to grab this. I don't want to grab that. I don't want to grab that. Right, what I want to do is not that. It's definitely not that. I want to grab them. We'll drag them up. Grab them and drag them up. Right, and then what we'll do is we'll comment them and say orig turn. Okay, and then for this one we'll do the same thing there, and we'll say orig lookup. Okay, and now we have our new hopefully we have our new working version. Okay, so gamepad, we're going to forget that for now. Movement is the one we're interested in here. Right, so camera boom offset target, right? So where there is our camera boom offset target. Okay, so it is under camera. And we don't have one, so we have to add a variable. And it's going to be camera boom offset target. Okay, and we'll check what it is. It's nothing. We have got a camera offset here, right? And it's set to 60. So we're going to have to check that one. Okay, so we are now ready to do our movement. This is switch camera side. Okay. So this is the one we want here. And this kind of looks like the one, kind of looks like what we've got. I'm just going to check, okay? Right, so get control rotation, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Get forward, that's fine. Right, and I'm going to take these out. Because I'm not sure if they are going to affect anything. But yeah, this is completely different again. Right? So we have this forward input and it's under controls as well. Okay? So forward input. Right. So we're going to duplicate that. And it's going to be forward input. Okay. And we're going to be dragging this in. And we're going to say F interp 2. We're going to make this a bit bigger. We're going to make this a bit bigger. Right. And we're going to we're going to drag this up a bit. Okie dokie. And then we are going to get world delta seconds. Okay. Then this one is going to go into target. This goes into delta time. And this is a constant of 15 apparently. Right. And we need to put that up a bit. And we set the forward input. And I don't think that ragdoll thing is ever used, but we'll keep it as is for now. And that will go in there. And that can be deleted. Okay. And I'm guessing we're going to be doing something similar on the bottom. This is move right input. So we're going to be duplicating that, and that's going to be move right input. Alright, and we're going to be doing that. Okay, we're not going to be copying that apparently. Okay, it doesn't want to. Right, and I'm guessing that we're going to be doing the exact same thing, which we are, except this target is going to be going in here, then the move right input will be here, right? And I don't like this. I'm going to get rid of it. Right? I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to put it over here. Out the way. And I'm going to do the same for the top. Right? So I'm going to get rid of that. And that. And these can go over here, out the way. Right, now I'm pretty sure the ragdoll is because if you're dead or not you can stop moving, but I'm sure that we can come up with some other system to do that. Right, we'll straighten that, and then we'll just go straighten that, please. Okay, tedious and boring, guys, but I'm afraid it has to be done. I suppose we can do that, and we can bring that down and bring that up to tidy it up a bit. Right. And we're going to do a similar thing here. I didn't mean to do that. And we kind of screwed that up. And that wasn't it. Right, so I've lost my train of thought. Right, here we are. Right, so we can go back to here. And this is us changing this here. So that can go nowhere at the moment, because we're going to move this input right, and we're going to set it, and that's going to go in there. That's going to go there, and that's going to go there, then that's going to go there, that's going to get deleted, this can go over here a bit, can move that to there, then we can basically move these wherever we like. Right, that's going to there. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, hopefully. I'm going to save all that, And if you guys are enjoying the stream, hit like, subscribe. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Going to grab a cigarette. I shall be back shortly. Check out the description, guys, for my link to my Discord, Patreon, and my previous game on Steam, where you can add it to your wish list. And I shall be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Okay, guys, we're back, And I think what we'll do at this point, not that I think it's going to work yet, but we could test it and see if it's made a difference. Oh, our rotation is doing jack. Our turn is doing absolutely nothing. Well, that's interesting, I suppose, if nothing else. Right, so this is our mouse input, and that's because we didn't plug that in there. Okay. We can try that again. And that, I believe, is actually working. Okay. I don't think it's 100% right yet, but we are, I think, getting there. Okay. And I think there's one last part that we don't have. Okay. And that is switch cam. No, actually. We have switch camera side. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is, do we have the input for this? Right? And you can see quite clearly we don't. We have it on the other one, but we don't have it here. Switch camera side. Okay. Now we are going to copy the stuff again here, and we're going to copy that, and we're going to paste it in ours. Right, now the interesting thing here might be we need a function called switch camera side. Okay, so we're going to come down here and we're going to add a function called, wait for it, switch camera side. Okay, and then we're going to look for it right in our other screen. Then we're going to copy the text. I'm sorry guys that you can't see this. I'm copying the stuff from the other screen. And we plug that in there. And that has compiled okay. Okay. So we're going to save that. And I'm going to have a look. I'm going to let you guys see this, right? I'm going to save all of this first. Okay. Then we're going to go back to here. I'm going to maximize it. Then we're going to find out what button does the switching of the camera side. Okay. And once we've done that, we can press the button and find out what it actually does. So here's switch camera side, and it is in fact C. Okay. So if we press play and press C, okay, so that's fine. So we should be able to do that now. Once we get this out the way. We might change the key for this, but there we go. And let's once again check to see the reaction of and it doesn't orbit like that. Okay, so we're still missing something here, right? We are definitely still missing something. So we're initializing our camera, set timer by function name. We're we're doing that thing. Right, but there's still something not quite right here. Okay, and in our camera here we have this set camera boom offset. Right, and we have interpolate movement speed. So we have these weird functions set camera boom offset. Okay, let's check again in the functions under camera. Right, so we're going to set these up the same and say camera, and this is also going to be the same. Oops, camera, and now we're going to set up another function. And this is the thing that's, I think this is the function that's doing our thing, okay? So it's called set camera boom offset, and I've spelt it wrong. Boom offset. Okay, and what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to drag these off to the side, drag that up. I'm commentating on something you guys can't see, so it's not making a lot of sense. Right, so the reason this has to be a little bit different is because these two offsets are basically collapsed graphs, okay? And I'm going to have to, obviously, we're going to have to copy that, right, and paste it, and then this value is going to go in here, and then we're going to collapse the function. It's going to be pure. Wait a minute. Right, we're going to undo that. Undo that. right? That's calc x offset. Okay. Now I'm not even sure where this is blooming calculated. Okay, but now I'm going to have to do the same for this one. For the other one, right? Then we're going to have to drag it out onto its own, copy it, and then paste it in here, and then collapse nodes, and that's going to be calc y offset, and I think this might be, oh, well that's not right. That goes in there, and now we should be able to collapse it. Okay, we don't want to do that. We're going to do that. Then we're going to do that. We're going to check. Yep, Z is 0. And this is going to be calc Y offset. Okay. We're going to save that. Oh, we need a yaw angle. And it's under default. Is this got a local? Yep. Okay, so we click on this and we add a local variable, and it's going to be character yaw angle, and then right, it doesn't like that, so we're going to set that. Now the interesting thing here is they set it, but it's never used unless it's used in here, of course, which could be possible. In fact, it probably is. In fact, it's the only reason for setting this variable here. Here we go. Here we go. And it goes to there. We drag it in again. Right, and it goes to there. We've got this can delete that. Now we've got this camera offset, wherever that is. And it's under camera. Okay, so we add a variable, camera offset, and it's going to be under camera. We shall save that. Okay, we have the same issue in the other one, but easily enough fixed. So we get it, then we get it again, then we get it again, then we get it again. Okay, so this goes there and there, and that can go. That can go to there, and that can go. That can go to there. I'm not even trying to work out what these things do, right? But that can go to there. That can go. And we need this one more time. And it didn't want to duplicate, so we'll just drag it in. Do that there. Delete that. Compile. And there we go. Right, now the last piece of the puzzle here is where this function is called. Right? This is the last piece of the puzzle, where this is called. So I'm going to check in the other place. And OK. This is in switch camera side. Is that the only place? It appears to be. So I can basically do the same thing here, and it should say the same thing. Right? Set camera offset. And it's going to be, well, let's put it in the right place first, right? Camera. And then find references. And yeah, it is absolutely the same. Okay. And that's the only place it's called. So this isn't quite right yet, right? I would say it's better, but it's not right. Okay, because our other one looks different. It actually orbits around to a certain degree, and we don't want to do that. That's the wrong thing. Let me show you and explain why it's not quite right yet. Okay. So if I press play, right, you will notice that when I go to the side, it actually goes around the player. Right? Whereas ours does not. Right? So it looks like ours is clamped in some way. Right? Right, we turn. Their actual character does not turn. Let me have a look at that again. You just basically spin around. Right, but the character does not turn. Right, let's have a look at that again, right? You see? The camera just goes around the player. It doesn't turn the player. Right? Now let me just check that we have the right player. Oops. There. Now, so there is our character. Okay? So it is the right character. And we have the camera boom and the camera. We've got use pawn control rotation, inherit pitch, inherit yaw, inherit roll. Right. So knew that was going to happen. So we need to check this on ours, right? So it's going to be in the camera boom. Inherit pawn, inherit da. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the camera boom, And I'm going to check the values for what we've got and what they've got, right? So that's right. Do collision test. That's right. We're inheriting them. That's right. Okay. We're enabling camera lag. We're doing that. We're doing them. Right, so I'm basically saying that that is exactly the same setup. Okay. If we go to the follow camera, don't think this is going to be any different. Right, that's fine. Camera. Right, there's nothing there that's going to affect the rotation. Right? Definitely not. The only thing I'm thinking here is this turn value is fine. This is a strange one, folks. So I'm going to call it there. It's a quiet night. I'm going to have a think about this, but our camera is not acting at all like the one in the example. Why that is, I don't know. But either way, if you've enjoyed the stream, hit like and subscribe. I shall be back tomorrow, 2 PM Central. Check out the description for links to Discord, to my Patreon to support the channel and the game, and also my previous game on Steam, which you can check out, add to your wish list, do whatever you like.